God, Dr. Marta's an emotional wreck.
Oh my goodness.
Where did that even come from? When have I ever been stubborn?
You haven't even tried it.
This could be actually life-changing for this family.
My dad's not ready for my digital world.
Nonsense, isn't it?
Over one weekend, we challenged 4 parents to a controlled experiment where they would switch phone habits with their kids.
That's crazy.
After analysing 4 weeks' worth of screen time, we were able to build their digital profiles. We knew which apps they would use, when and for how long. Throughout the experiment, they'll immerse themselves in each other's digital lives, while we monitor every move from here. OK, they're in. Can a better understanding of the way they use their phones bring them closer together?
I think it's been a life-changing, really.
This is the Great British Phone Switch. Taking part in this experiment are 15-year-old Isla.
When I'm not on my phone, I'm either at school or playing football. I'm football mad.
Wow. Oh my God, Isla.
And her dad, Luke.
My phone use and Isla's phone use are, obviously, there's quite a large gap. I like to be a little bit more productive with my time, do a lot of running and that. Just updating my run on Strava.
My dad doesn't really understand how important my digital life is.
Isla on her phone with the dog. I've got a VPN on both of my daughter's phones that allows me to monitor their phone use.
How I communicate with my dad. I feel like he's quite stubborn.
Hello, dinner's ready. Is there any value in staring at a screen for 10 hours a day? I'm not putting money on it.
Many UK parents worry about their children's phone usage, and Luke shares this concern, fearing what his children might be exposed to and being really strict with Isla's phone usage. However, Isla feels that her dad doesn't understand the importance of her phone use. It'll be interesting to see if this experiment helps to resolve the disconnect.
Luke, you have issue with the amount of time Isla spends on a phone.
Yeah, frightening. I'm just concerned that it's just damaging their brains.
Isla's most used apps are TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp and Instagram. Among Luke's most used apps are YouTube and Strava.
So Isla, when we looked at your data, we found that you spend 21 hours a week on social media.
I don't know what to say. It's a bit crazy.
In scroll distance, that 21 hours equates to 1.1 kilometres of finger scrolling. Another way to think about that is the length of 11 full-sized football pitches.
I'm not just sitting there scrolling all the time. I am doing some productive stuff.
Luke, do you think you use your phone a lot?
In comparison to my family, it's less than what they would be using their mobile phone devices, yeah.
He doesn't use his phone a lot, he's not lying. Apart from when he's on the toilet. Yeah.
I love that.
You did touch on it, Luke, around parental controls. Do your friends, they have parents who put parental controls on it, or?
My friends' parents don't. They can go on their phones whenever they want.
Isla's my daughter. What her friends do and how their parents manage, like,
Fair
parent
game.
them,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
down
yeah.
to them. In my family, I'm
Okay,
the
tell me
parent.
more.
I make
You're
the
the
rules.
parent, okay.
It's my ass.
I really like that confidence.
It's time to switch phones. All weekend, these new devices will prompt Luke and Isla to use different apps for a set amount of time so that they can fully live each other's digital lives. They will also be set special tasks and challenges to help them better understand one another. What do you make of these two?
I think this is a very loving dad. I really hope that what it does is bring them together in their understanding, that they understand each other a little bit better, and then they hopefully meet in a place where they can negotiate some of these rules.
I think you're just going to be stubborn.
Where did that even come from? When have I ever been stubborn?
You haven't even tried it and you're just against it.
Wow, straight off the bat, we can see there's some friction going on here.
Time to go on Snapchat.
Wait, when? Just now?
You might have to help me.
No, there's not much you can do on Snapchat because you haven't got no friends.
What do you mean I've got no friends?
What on Yes! Time to go on YouTube.
Oh no, they're even using their phones over dinner.
What of all?
OK, well, it is still early doors, but Luke seems to be getting into the swing of Isla's social media. And look, Isla's happy. She's found the football.
It's the first evening. Tomorrow will be the real test.
With 36 hours remaining, Isla is exploring Luke's fitness apps whilst he's delving into her social media.
What do you do when I'm on my phone?
Read.
Oh, I've got to go on Strava. There's nothing to do on Strava.
Yeah, it is. There's loads of stuff to do.
All I can do is just go through your pictures.
How long would you sit on this for?
What, TikTok?
Yeah.
I just lose track of time.
Quite boring though, isn't it? Do you not think? Just sitting there for 45 minutes.
Was that 45 minutes?
Social media apps are designed to capture and hold our attention right down to the finest detail. Our attention and engagement is highly sought after. So really, it's unsurprising that you find yourself scrolling for a lot more time than you think you are.
Snapchat, Isla.
Is it Snapchat? Dad, are you enjoying scrolling at the moment?
Nah. Don't get me wrong, some of them are funny, but like, just sitting here doing this. Doom scrolling, man.
He doesn't look like he's hating it, though.
It's probably not what he'd normally do with his time, but at least he's getting to spend time with Isla and live in her world for a little bit. That's more positive than not taking any interest at all.
Is this what it's like when you're talking to me when I'm on my phone?
What's that?
One word answers.
Yeah.
Many people think that social media is just doom scrolling, but when so many young people want to be influencers as a viable career choice or want to share so much of their lives, it's intrinsically linked to their sense of self. This challenge will show Luke just that, and how there might be more to apps like TikTok than meets the eye. Let's see how this
2,
goes.
1.
5 things no one knows about marathon training.
You got to do it in different positions,
Right,
so
okay.
it's better. Do one sitting down. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
The training is incredibly long, demanding, requires a lot of commitment.
Stand here, tell me, and then run that way.
Right.
And I'll like cut it. 3, 2, 1, go.
They're trying to find the time to do the training and manage a home-work-life balance. Number 2.
If you want to connect with your kid, you've got to dive into their world. So this is really lovely to see.
It's a level pegging.
Yes.
They're creating a video and they're both clearly enjoying it.
Yes.
I got it.
Oh, I love that.
Right, now I can save it and put it into TikTok and add music.
Have you done it already?
Yeah.
No way. What, you done it that quickly?
You're just putting things together.
Stop it.
For him to be admiring her and what she's able to do is going to completely reframe the way he views some of her phone usage.
That's good.
I would say this is an absolute breakthrough moment for Luke.
Yeah.
It's done. It's on here.
I've done all right, yeah. 10 out of 10 performance.
Yeah, you did all right.
So it's out there. I mean, this is where so many parents are worried about what their kids are opening themselves up to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And many parents understand that these platforms give children a way to connect with their friends and express themselves. Social media isn't real life. It's curated to perfection. And seeing yourself through a social media lens can raise the risk of anxiety and depression. So it's important that as a parent, you're monitoring, you're setting time limits, and you're opening up conversations with your children about what they're sharing and the comments that they're receiving.
I remember learning that there was not very nice things said about Isla online. It broke my heart. I was devastated. Our main priority and our #1 goal in life is to ensure that our children are safe and protected. That's why I get so upset with the social media side of it.
There are resources to help educate you better and protect your child online. Organisations such as Anti-Bullying Alliance provide great suggestions on how you and your child can be really proactive in measures about setting boundaries, encouraging positive online behaviour, and so on.
Luke and Isla will now be shown a series of phrases and emojis to highlight the language used online that parents may not understand. Looking at these together will spark more curiosity about online interactions that might otherwise be misunderstood.
Well, you think you'll beat me at this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Simpleton. So say if you was like, oh, I love you so much, I'd call you a simp.
Kids have always spoken to each other in different ways. There's entire languages that parents just don't know about. It's going to be really interesting to see if it helps Luke empathise with Isla and recognise that in having conversations with her, he's going to understand her world better.
Hat man.
I don't know.
Your cat. Say if you said to me, I got you a new dog and I sent you that, it means you're lying. Just cap.
Cap as in what?
It's just cap, like, you're capping.
I mean, you need a dictionary nowadays, Marta. I mean, I barely knew any of those.
What is... Ready?
Cup of tea, lovely jubbly.
Lovely. No, it's like, if someone says, like, in school, what's the tea? It means, like, what's the gossip?
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, that makes sense, but to you, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually just talking about that generational divide now.
Your emojis are a lot different to them.
Yeah, of course.
But I use a laughing emoji. That's probably about it, to be fair. I don't use emojis anymore. Too cool. I've heard I say that.
This has been spoken about a lot recently. Parents have been shocked by the meaning of seemingly innocent little emojis. In fact, there are schools and academies who have posted explanation charts, but be mindful because these can be different between teenagers. Some teenagers don't use emojis either. So keep talking to your children and accept they live in a different context from adults.
Whoa, you're actually getting... What's going on? You got 750 views.
So this is very interesting. So the view count is going up, and now Luke seems to be more invested in how his video's doing. So how much is this playing into that sense of validation?
Teenagers and plenty of adults have learned to place a lot of value on views, likes, and comments too. But if you're not careful, you can fall into that feedback loop where you constantly seek validation and become dependent on seeking it out. Children are more vulnerable to this than adults, and they're more affected when the views are low or the comments are nasty. Teenagers are developing their identity, and having acceptance is an essential need. That's why platforms have removed like counts, but kids focus on other things like the comments or the numbers of views.
Does it upset you that you're not allowed to go on anything?
It doesn't upset me, but it's just like...
Boring.
Yeah.
You haven't really done anything with your time either, though, have you?
What do you mean?
Like, all the other time, the opportunity to do stuff with your time, you haven't really
What could I do?
Read a book.
After waiting several hours, it's finally time for Isla to get some screen time.
Oh, wait, I've got to open something else. YouTube. What do you watch on YouTube, Dad? 41 minutes of someone fixing a car. I'm not watching battle rap, that is boring. All they're doing is swearing at each other.
It's the final moments of the experiment. Luke and Isla are reflecting on what they've discovered about each other and writing a family pledge for their digital habits moving forward.
We've had the opportunity to take part in the experiment. I was dreading it to begin with, I'm not gonna lie, but knowing I was gonna spend the time with you...
Made it better?
Yeah, made it 100% better. It's been great.
This conversation's actually making me feel really emotional.
What have we learnt?
I kind of understand how I act watching you watch social media and being in a different world.
And I've learnt that there's quite a lot of positive stuff online. It ain't all negative and doom and gloom.
Well, that's an improvement for Luke. It's not all doom and gloom.
I feel like social media is my main way of talking to most of my friends at the moment. So, yeah, I feel like you understand that a bit more now.
Your videos are like my favourite thing to watch. You're so creative and good at them. Don't stop doing that. I think it would be wonderful if we concentrate on some quality family time. I've learned that that would be crucial for us as a family.
Having that time together.
Just having that time together.
I love this idea of balancing the online world with the offline world. And can you find a balance that works for your family?
Time away from your screen is a good thing.
It's helping them understand why these are important habits to adopt yourself, not just because a parent's told you to do it.
I think when we set boundaries, we need to teach our kids intrinsic motivation to meet them, not just set them through fear. So that's the kind of little nuance.
I've really, really, really enjoyed spending quality time
enjoyed it as well.
with my babe. Lovely.
After an honest and emotional chat, the experiment comes to an end. Now it's time for Dr. Marta and I to see what's on their family pledge. Good to see you. Welcome back to the Hub. As part of the experiment, we've asked you to come up with a family pledge. Some things you're going to implement now into your digital lives.
Well, our first pledge is to all agree to do no phone Sunday.
So this is what we're going back with.
Yeah,
Mum, that's
yeah,
it. Right,
yeah.
no phone Sundays.
Will she be surprised about that, though? But she's got to be a part of this as well.
I think Mum's going to struggle, to be honest with you.
She'll struggle more than
I think Mum's going to struggle, but it'd be interesting because that's what the aim of the game, wasn't it?
What else is on your pledge, please, Isla?
Negotiating phone limits, so Isla to take more responsibility for our social media use.
How are you going to do that, Isla, and make it work?
I think I'm just going to like watch the time a bit more, and as soon as it gets that time, just put the phone down, put it somewhere I can't see it.
Could you set an alarm? Because that might help you actually switch it off rather than keeping an eye on the clock.
Yeah.
Love that. And what else have we got on there, Luke?
And then finally was
Keep an open mind and talk about the messages that I'm receiving.
myself and Isla to have more of an open dialogue about our phone time and online safety. I think that's crucial for us, not just me and Isla, our family. Just talk about it a little bit more.
How are you going to make sure that one doesn't fall by the wayside? Because I think that one is really important.
Weekly check-ins, just talk about it a bit more.
Nice.
I love that, Isla. So what we're hoping that you will do now is build good habits, and they take time and practice. So I can't wait to see how you get on.
And thank you for taking part in the Great British Phone Switch.
Thank you.
Safe journey home. Take care.
Thank you.
Good to see you. They started with misunderstandings driven by a parent's instinct to protect their child, but left with new perspectives and mutual understandings. By keeping the conversation open and using online resources, they have a great chance of making their new family pledge work.